Now from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from the Dickinson County Museum, where history comes alive. I am talking today to Dewey, Grothaus, and Lyle Daburn, because we are talking about, gentlemen, and I think Mary Dreyer set this up because this weekend, Friday, I think we're supposed to get our first snowstorm of 2021, and you guys, a lot of experience, DOT, clearing roads over the years. So let's go back to, when both of you started and equipment you used and so forth, because everybody remembers the day, and Mary and I have talked about this before, when people who lived out in the country, when there was a snowstorm coming, you got provisions for about a week and a half or 2 weeks, and you settled in and you waited, and maybe not so much now, but people still have that mentality when a big snowstorm is coming. Yep. Go ahead, anybody who wants to talk about starting out and equipment and so forth.
Tremendous change in the equipment.
Oh, I bet.
We used to have to put our snowplows on. We was in where Jennings part stores. That was when I came here. I started working in Dickinson County in 1966 and moved here in 71.
Okay.
And we stayed in that building until 76. And we put the plows on out in the snowstorm.
Yeah.
We got the new building, and that was great.
Oh, I bet it was to have it waiting for you as opposed to, well, it's coming down. Yeah. We better put the plows on.
Yeah.
So
you'd have to take it off when you got done plowing snow too, before you put your truck in.
You wouldn't fit in the building.
Yeah.
My goodness. So what are some of the exciting stories? And I mean, you've seen it all, being out there when people shouldn't be traveling. Sometimes they do anyway, and things that you've had to step in and help people with over the years.
Well, the highway patrol. I remember Bob Cherry one time. We were out west of town, and there was some guy stuck out there, and we had to go out and get him. And I remember Cherry telling me, just cover that car up. I had tandem out there. I just covered the car up. He said, nobody will hit it then. But that's, it was probably in 6-8 foot drift, and I just covered the car up and left. Let the wrecker guy worry about getting it uncovered. We did a lot of medical stuff.
Well, that was my next question. You had to have seen babies being born or something.
Well, a friend of mine had an injury on a snowstorm. We had to take him down to Spencer, the hospital there. Baby delivery over north of Terrell. We had to go there one time. There's just
Brunswold.
Yeah.
Jarrett Brunswold was born. We went after out there, and that was a county road at that time.
Yeah.
But we went anyhow.
Yeah.
Because our boss told us, you only got service. You got to go.
You only have a service to provide. So that's what we did.
I mean, and when you think about snowstorms we used to get, especially, back in the, of course, my memories are mostly of the 1970s, when snow piles would be up by the power lines, when we had power lines, of course, but and of these going through snow, and you couldn't see the fields of farms because of the snow piles alongside the road. I mean, snow removal today is a lot different than what we had back in those years.
Well, we don't have the snow.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid in the school bus, you couldn't even look out the windows. All you seen was a snowbank there for a ways. But I don't know. It just doesn't snow like it used to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It will.
Sooner or later.
Everything comes back around, doesn't it?
Sooner or later.
But some of your memories, I mean, you had to have been out in some of those where it was so bad that, sometimes they didn't know where to push snow.
Yeah.
75 was the worst one I think I ever went through. January 10th of 75. And that was tough. And then the electricity went out in Spirit Lake.
Oh.
And Highway 86 North was a county road, and the county wouldn't go out, so I got permission to go up there. And we had 3 of us walked in front of the plow and got up there and turned the substation on north of Vicks. Cattle were dying in the ditch alongside of us.
Oh my gosh.
And that's probably the worst one I went through.
Yeah. Did you ever wonder at the time about, you're out there and you have cattle dying next to you, that maybe I'm not in the safest of positions that I could be in right now?
Well, many times, but then I would look up, it was before the boom trucks, and we'd see the guys up on the light poles with spikes.
Oh, yeah.
My job looked pretty easy.
Yeah. Weather up there, and you had to wait for sparks to go, you don't know. Yeah. Oh.
Because we got called a lot from electricity going out at that time.
Yeah. Lines weren't buried as much as they are now, and when you got a good wind or ice always being one of the big elements to fight. And so really over the years you've seen so much things going on with the elements and trying to help people, save people.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
It's just a learning experience.
I wouldn't have traded it for anything, but I'm glad I don't do it anymore.
Well, right, yeah.
I could run the motor grader in the ditch and let him go get it out after I broke the gear shift off.
Calls me up. Hey, we'll fix that. Oh, okay.
Is it fun to still trade stories that, remember, the winter of '82 or something, and things that come back to you, moments you touch somebody's life, that you were there when nobody else could get there.
I mentioned their names. North of Montgomery there.
Gillespie, I think was the name. Yeah.
She was stranded out there. It was cold and blowing, and had a handicapped child. I think she had another kid in the van too.
Yes, she
and
did.
The van stalled. It was right out. There was no snow around it or anything.
We found them over there about south of can't think of them. Jeff Johnson's. We found them.
Yep.
South of them, out there by the.
Right out in the middle of the gravel road, and we found them. They were cold.
They were still alive. Mossman was with us. He put his patrol car in the ditch. Got it snowed in, and he was number 183, and he.
So we got up there and found them. I don't know, was the ambulance along too, I think?
I don't think so. I don't remember that, because we was all over the place. We put the truck in the ditch up there on the east-west road because we didn't know where we was out.
We didn't know where she was.
It wasn't on the state road. We was hunting.
Right.
Yeah, we were just looking for her.
There was no telephones or no cell phones.
There was no way of homing in on a signal anywhere. You were looking with the best
guessing by golly.
Of your experience and what you were told, and
but it
almost like being a roughneck, or you're out there where nobody else is capable of going.
It wasn't on our road either. We're not familiar with the road.
Right.
I think Lyle was out there at that time when the ambulance was lost.
Yeah.
The ambulance was coming back from Sioux Falls.
Right.
And got lost, and we knew. It went by the Sibley intersection, and we hunted back and forth and across that road 2 or 3 times and couldn't find. Well, they got in over there at Bosma's. They just built a new machine shed and put the ambulance inside to keep it from freezing up.
We're looking for it,
and you're looking for it.
We can't find it. But
and you didn't have the instant communications you do today.
No.
Open a phone and make a call. Hey, did that ambulance get into the hospital? You had to wait and see. But it's got to bring back, like you say, you wouldn't do it again. But aren't you glad you did it?
But I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yes.
It was.
We were a lot younger.
Yeah, and that always helps in jobs like that. That's for sure. But just think of the people that you got to touch.
Yeah.
Just knowing you were going to be there.
And there's always something good comes out of it, because when Jeff lost his eye that night, McGeorge was riding with me, and he had a lot of horsepower with DNR, and that's when we got our state radios hooked up in the county communication before that was no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had our own tower, everything.
Right.
And
that's
so then we got joined with the comm center.
Nick Williams was his name.
Okay.
And he was riding. He rode a lot with us.
How many years did you do it out there?
From 66 to 98,
Wow.
99.
Okay. And
I was there 33 years.
33 years. Starting when? Like the
82.
82.
I heard him on his birthday, I believe.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that right?
I think so.
Happy birthday.
yeah.
Oh, well, any other stories, memories that you have that just really stand out from?
Those are the main ones that I really.
Another tough one was Bob Mann's mother-in-law. I don't remember it, but Bob had a long, we went in there and got them out of there because,
Blackard, wasn't it?
no,
Was the last one?
Blackard's his relative, or neighbors there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
we went there, and we worked back then, before all the bureaucracy and that, we worked pretty close with Iowa Light and Power. Like Brooks down there, he was his line foreman. And whenever they'd have a problem, and that's why I mentioned before, I'm looking up and seeing those guys, their spikes up the pole, and we were on the ground at least.
Yeah, right. Did you ever kind of silently curse people for some of the situations?
Not so silent.
No.
It wasn't in a polite way, but people do. They're told, don't go out, don't drive. It's a dangerous situation. And next thing you know, they're out going around, and then they get themselves into a situation, and oops, I'm in a bad situation. Someone come get me. Here you come.
And there's probably some adult beverages involved.
It could be. Yeah.
Usually.
When they would pass you, especially with the V-plow, when you was trying to get through, you back up a long ways because our trucks were small.
Yeah.
And somebody would pass you and get between you and a snowbank. Then it wasn't so silent.
No. Yeah.
But it's just a reminder. I mean, as we go into, if we get some measurable snow this weekend, there's always somebody who has to go get you out of a bad situation. If you don't have to be out in Mother Nature and when it's nasty, don't.
Right.
Make everybody's life easier, and you stay safe too.
Right. Just a lot less hassle for everybody.
Yeah. I was thinking about the stories I hear of the last ice fishermen out there for the year, and they got on, and all of a sudden they're on an island, and
Wow. Yeah.
someone's got to go get them.
But I was very lucky with my career here because I had excellent crew. Just other than the ones that were here before us, but
Yeah.
we were pretty close-knit of who we hired.
Yeah. Good to have those people you can depend on going out with you in severe situations.
And probably I and Lyle was in as many because we lived close to the shop and we worked together pretty good.
Well, we were the only ones in town here, actually lived in town. Otherwise, the other guys had to come from somewhere else. And
Well, and thank goodness for the guys who take on those positions. I mean, you were young at the time, and I can handle that. But when you look back, you got to think a little bit of, my God, we put ourselves in some precarious positions out there.
But you didn't think about it.
You
at the
didn't
time.
think about it.
It's just reaction.
Yeah. But for the rest of us, it's nice to know there are those going out there to clear those roads for us and make us safe.
But we had the best motivator. We got overtime, and that was
You got paid for it.
little time and a half always makes up for. Oh, well, I just appreciate you as we get ready for another winter here in the Iowa Great Lakes. First of all, for all your service of keeping us moving for over the years that you did, and thank you for the stories and the memories, and hopefully we don't go back to those snows of 1975 and any time soon, because those were horrific.
They were.
And they were indeed.
Interesting.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for taking time here with me today. Dewey, Grothaus, and Lyle Hayburn here with us today. I'm from the Dickinson County Museum. We're talking snow, so when you go out this weekend, be careful, be safe. You don't want anybody having to drive out to find you somewhere. So we'll see you next time right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by the Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake, Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. Ducky's Marine and Motorsports Repair in Spirit Lake. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Ruthven Locker at the Lake, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.